We're here at the 2015 McFarland Fire and Rescue Open House. We got a lot of fun here for families tonight. Free pulled pork dinner. We've got trucks on display, our station on display, and tonight we're going to be having a side-by-side home sprinkler demonstration where we will be setting two burn boxes on fire, comparing one without sprinklers and one with sprinklers. It'll be a great demonstration, hopefully educate a lot of people today. That's the whole point of this, and hope to see everyone here and hope everyone has fun. Everyone can hear me? Good. I like to hear that. Welcome, everyone. So we're going to be starting here in a few minutes. Right now, they're just wetting down some of the surroundings because it is going to get a little warm. Let me back up a little bit. Note to myself, don't go that far. So they're just wetting it down. It will get a little warm. You guys should be good for as far away as you are. Please stay behind the line here and do not go in the parking lot around the cars. We're going to be periodically wetting down the trees in the cars, just making sure that nothing gets damaged. So we'll get started here in a few minutes. Can everyone hear me now? A little better? You guys over there hear me? A little better? I'll try to talk a little louder. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2015 McFarland Fire and Rescue Open House. On behalf of McFarland Fire and Rescue, I would like to thank you all for coming, and hopefully you guys have learned a little bit tonight, not only from seeing the equipment we use, but hopefully from this also. It's been our goal over the past couple of years to do a demonstration at our open house to kind of show everyone what we do and bring them some education on stuff they may not see otherwise. This year, thanks to a stipend awarded to us by the Home Fire Sprinkler Coalition, along with donations and discounts from Chase Lumber, the Hooper Corporation, Bisbee's Flooring, McFarland True Value, and Pelletary Waste Systems, we'll be presenting this, a side-by-side home sprinkler demonstration. What this entails are two very similar burn boxes, one protected by a sprinkler system and one that is unprotected. These boxes will be ignited one at a time to show you how quickly a fire can grow and how destructive a fire can be. Also, to show you how important sprinkler systems are in homes. With new homes going up here in the near future in McFarland, we wanted to bring this to you all in case some of you are thinking about building a new home and getting you thinking about having home sprinklers. For homes that have home sprinkler systems, it's still very important for them to have working smoke detectors also. The sprinkler systems are great, but really what gives you that early warning that there's a fire are the smoke detectors. Now, we want everyone to have a smoke detector in every bedroom, to change the batteries at least twice a year, usually right around the daylight savings time, and also to test your smoke detectors weekly, just to make sure they're working, because you want those working just in case. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm going to ignite the first box, and we'll let it build, and I'll talk a little bit about it. Going? Yes. No. You want to go around and tell me if it's going? Turn it off. Should be off. So as you can tell, the smoke detector went off pretty quickly. So that's very early warning. I mean, you can't even really see the fire yet, and the smoke detector already went off. That just shows how important they are to give you that early warning. Might take us a little bit to get the fire going here.
Once the fire gets going a little bit, I'm going to spray over there again.
There we go. So some of you might be able to see, you can see a little bit of a glow in that corner. So when you're watching this, pay attention to how quickly the fire grows. Just going to get some time here so we can keep track of it. So at a certain point, once it really gets going, the fire will reach a point or a stage called flashover. What this means is that all the items in the room have reached a stage where everything is on fire. This stage is not survivable by any living thing. Depending on the amount of furniture or fire load in a room or structure, this stage can be reached in less than 5 minutes. Now, the average response time for our department, being a combination paid, full-time, and volunteer department, our average response time for fire calls is about 4 minutes. So as you can see, we are at about 1 minute here for the fire, and it's already grown quite a bit. Now, fire grows double its size every 30 seconds. So we have these plastic coverings on the front here to kind of trap some of that smoke in to help kind of simulate a full room and to reach that flashover stage. Eventually you'll see it's getting hot enough where the smoke starts igniting. Brian, you're good.
What's that?
It's starting to go. Yeah. So as you can see now, the fire is spreading from the curtains and starting to fall on the couch and ignite the couches. So this is where it's going to start to get a little warm. So for those of you that can see, the leather couch that's burning on the right side is starting to get a little more involved, and that fire is becoming a little more turbulent. You can see the plastic is starting to melt. Brian, you guys are good. Chief, you're good.
We're good.
We're going to put it out here soon, so. Go ahead. So we're going to extinguish it. Go ahead, advance. Advance. So our firefighters just knocked it down a little bit, and they're going to move up and put it out entirely. Tender 6, how are you on water? How you guys doing? Douse it real nice. Douse it a lot. Put her out. So it took a little longer than expected to get going, but for that fire to reach flashover stage was about 8 minutes. And like I said, the average response time for our department is approximately 4 minutes, given time of day, amount of staffing available. So our firefighters are just gonna put that one out, make sure it doesn't reignite on us. And once they're done with that, we're gonna move on to the next one with the sprinkler head. So right now what our firefighters are doing is what we call overhaul. So we wanna make sure that the fire is completely out. So to do that, we kind of have to pull things apart, make sure that there's no fire behind objects that we didn't see. So they're pulling all the cushions off, making sure there's no fire underneath, and they're just making sure that there's no fire around. Normally at this time in a normal house or building, the walls are two-sided. So this is when we'd be pulling apart the walls, making sure that there's no fire in the walls. You good on water? Okay, so we're gonna get going and ignite the second one here. Now this is the one that has the sprinkler head in it. So what's gonna happen is that sprinkler head has a fusible link in it, and at a certain temperature, that fusible link will pop, and the water will spray, putting the fire out. So they're gonna go ahead and light it. So you can hear the smoke detectors already going off. You guys can see a little bit of a glow in there. And as that fire grows, you'll be able to see some flame, some sparks coming off. It's going. So as you can see, that sprinkler head already popped. So you can see the difference between, and the amount of time between the fire in this one and how large it got and how quick it got, and the amount of time it took for this sprinkler head to go off. Yeah. So at this time, we're going to send our firefighters in just to mop it up and make sure that fire is out. But as you can see, all this smoke here is from that fire getting put out. This is nice, thin white smoke. And that's how we know that there's water on the fire and that the fire is being extinguished. Tender 6, you can cut the sprinkler head.
You want the sprinkler cut or what?
Affirmative, you can cut the sprinkler head. This is just Velcro, so you can rip that off and let some of that smoke out and ventilate that. So what did you guys think? You think that was pretty cool? Did you guys learn a lot from that? So the main things we wanted you to get out of this is that even though if you have a sprinkler system in your home, that you still need smoke detectors. You could see how quickly those smoke detectors went off compared to that sprinkler head. So one, it's very important to have working smoke detectors throughout your house. Also, if you have a sprinkler system in your house or you're thinking about building a new house, we strongly suggest making sure that you install a sprinkler system. If anyone has any questions, you can ask any one of the firefighters, ask myself. We'll be happy to answer any of them for you. For those of you that are hanging around a little bit too, I got some statistics, tough word, some statistics. So 85% of all fire deaths occur at home. And for a sprinkler system in a home, the national average is $1.35 per sprinklered square foot. That cost is comparable to purchasing and installing new carpet in your house. So it's not that expensive. And sprinkler systems can be retrofitted into most existing homes. Having home sprinklers lowers the amount you pay for homeowners insurance because they keep the fire damage to a minimum. And typically, only the sprinkler closest to the fire will activate, limiting the amount of water damage. And when the sprinkler closest to the fire activates, that happens in 84% of home fires with sprinklers installed. I just want to thank you guys again for coming out. We'll be showing stuff off for about another half hour until 8 o'clock. After that, we'll be cleaning up a little bit. Thanks again. Hope you guys enjoyed the food. Hope to see you guys next year. Thank you.